I want to bring in now Philadelphia pastor Carl Day. Carl, it's great to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I've been on the ground now for a couple days, and I want to get your thoughts about what we've seen play out. As I mentioned yesterday, the largest protest I've seen. You got the removal of the Frank Rizzo statue. It would seem Philadelphia is beginning the healing.
Yeah, man, definitely been a very emotional time for the city. I made it at the mayor's presser 2 days ago, well, Saturday night. I alluded to it, that it was no coincidence that the Frank Rizzo statue was one of the first things that the city actually targeted. You know what I mean? So it's brought a lot of trauma to the history of our city. I do think that, it's a small victory, at least some acknowledgement, of the trauma and whatnot. It's a step. I do believe that, a lot of those protesters were a part of the reason that really showed that it was enough was enough, So I definitely do think that we can actually take some steps towards healing, seeing that the city is moving forward with some things, and seeing where we go from there.
The big question now is, where do we go from here? So as you mentioned, small symbolic victory, a lot of work needs to be done on the ground. You're a resident here.
Yes, sir.
What's the work that needs to be done?
I mean, I'll say one of the things is you take the statue down, you got to work on the policies on policing too.
Right.
So, it starts there, but also us as a community, that we keep the same energy, the same passion and zeal, understanding that, this thing ain't going away overnight, won't go away in a week. We got to continue to keep working together, get behind the leaders that's already on the ground, and join those movements, keep the energy.
How do you translate the thousands of people who are here, a lot of young folks, to actually change what you're talking about, policy, to get the young people who are woke, if you want, into the police force, into civil service, and not just out on the streets? What do you got to do that?
I mean, well, one thing that I'll say, and I'll credit, the mayor and the commissioner for, they've given people like me a voice at that table, a way to be able to talk to them, and my ability to reach the youth as well. So it takes a lot more intentional education, getting out and meeting the people where they are instead of, asking them to come into our doors. We have to come bring that information to them, let them know the meetings that's taking place in the city, ways to really impact the polls, letting them know what kind of bills are being, passed or trying to be passed along. And I just think that, that comes from, bringing the knowledge to the people instead of just expecting the people to research it themselves.
When you talk about this city of Philadelphia, people who may not know it obviously think about it as the city of brotherly love. What is it that you want people to take away from here that, can be applied elsewhere in other cities in America going through the same situation?
I mean, I would like people to really think, and then you made the point about people being peaceful. A lot of peaceful protests still have went forth. I know a lot have been covered about looting, rioting. I want people to see the passion of Philly. Let people know that, guess what, if we come together, we can make some things happen together. That's what I would hope other cities would take away from this.
Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Why don't you subscribe? It's really easy. Just click on that button down there. And for more news from MSNBC, click on any of these videos here for the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more videos from MSNBC with our newsletters. Head over to msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up.